Let me be honest with you. Cybersecurity looks really cool online, but is it really worth it in 2026? Let's actually answer the real question here. First, let's talk about the actual reality. Cybercrime isn't slowing down anytime soon. More and more crypto miners are showing up, more and more botnets. It's just what's happening. According to Cybersecurity Ventures, global crime is supposed to rise by $10.5 trillion in cybersecurity. That would make cybercrime one of the largest economical forces on the planet. The FBI alone reported about $16 billion in losses, but that's what they could report on. What about all the people who got scammed? People who never reported anything? Businesses that put it under the table. So why exactly does this even matter to us, right? What does it have to do with it being worth it? When companies are losing money, that means they're going to invest in a team or you to come and help them save the day. For the most part, security is really just here to protect the revenue, protect the company value. That's it. That's the end goal for a company for hiring you as a security expert. I'm sure you always see, oh, there's a huge shortage of cybersecurity programs, cybersecurity jobs. We need more and more people. But where are the jobs? They're out there. There are many jobs out there, but they're not handed out so easily. They require X amount of experience. They require you to do so many different things, to have so many different projects, and who knows, right? So it's not even easy to get into. That's the biggest issue. The thing is, cybersecurity isn't a field where you just learn it and then you're done and then you do the job. It's always evolving. You always need to keep studying, doing projects, doing research over and over and over. It never ends. Now let's talk about some money. Usually when people ask, is cybersecurity worth it? It's because they want to know if it pays well. Now in the US, entry levels range from 80K to 100K for entry level positions. Mid-career roles would be anywhere from 120 to 150. This is average throughout the US. If you live in a state like California, you're looking at a lot more than that. But you have to understand that it pays really well, but there's a catch. There's always a catch. It's stressful. It's high responsibility. There's a lot to it. It's not just, hey, I'm just gonna go in and then go home. You might be getting called at 1 in the morning because something bad happened. One of the biggest things we've all seen is the Hollywood cybersecurity and what actually happens. Hollywood cybersecurity, you're in a room, typing away, you see the terminal with a bunch of matrix looking things on it, and then you say, I'm in, right? In reality, what you're usually doing is reading through logs, reading through code, writing documentation, trying to prove that it's worth it to be here at this role. And the thing is, you're not always going to work on what you want to work on or hack what you want to hack. There are certain things that need to get done throughout the day. As long as those things get done, you can then use that extra time to work on what you want. Vulnerability research, security research, hacking things, pen testing, whatever you want to actually do. Now, the biggest reality is that security is a cost center. It usually costs businesses a lot of money to keep you, but you're not necessarily making more revenue. You're just making sure that the current revenue doesn't go down the drain. Because you are a cost center, you usually do have to prove your worth. Hey, I'm doing XYZ to help you stay secure in ABC, so that's why you should keep me. That's the reality of it. If you can tie business value to the actual security, you're perfect. You will do really well, you'll get promoted, and you'll move up the ladder. Now, what about AI and cybersecurity? AI is just a tool. Use it as a tool. You shouldn't always trust it, so you will always have to validate the findings, validate whatever it's coding, whatever it's designing. You always need a human to validate that. So if you actually want to survive long-term in this field, you need some skills. You need foundations, not certifications, not degrees. You need networking, Linux, some kind of coding language. Stick with Python for now. Most importantly, some system and architecture design and communication. Because half of your job is actually explaining the business side to technical people and being that bridge. Now, don't get me wrong, cybersecurity is really rewarding, but a lot of people actually do end up burning out because it's stressful. There's always something to do. People are always doing something. So you really need to learn how to manage your stress, manage your time, and take those breaks, or else you'll burn out. So what is the real return on investment if you're going into cybersecurity? You gain financial stability, career flexibility, remote work opportunities, global job demand, intellectual challenges, and most importantly, your skills always stay relevant because threats will never disappear. So is it actually worth it in 2026? Of course, it's always going to be worth it because it's a field that is never ending. Is it hard to start? Yes. Much harder now than it was before due to AI. But what can you do, right? What should you be doing? Honestly, I'd recommend start doing some projects, start doing automations, learning how to code, and start using these bots, AI agents, to then design everything that you need, but start learning how to think critically, what businesses actually want you to think about, what they actually care about, the value that they have, and start thinking of cybersecurity as more of a, all right, how do I protect the money of this business? Instead of, I want to go and hack cool stuff. What is the end goal of that? The end goal is just to protect the money. So yes, it is worth it, but you need to have a goal in mind. Do you want to do the blue team or do you want to do the red team? And which side you pick will determine your whole career path. And from there, you need to actually start looking at what the skills are, what job requirements these people have, and then really start looking at the projects you can be making. How do I prove to someone that I know these things? But now with the release of AI, it's not more of just the product that you're showing them. It's your decision-making process. Can you communicate well? Was it creative enough where it's like, wow, that was new? And that's really what's gonna make you different. Everything else, now with AI, people can make trillions of lines of code in seconds, and it's not about the code. It was never about the code. It was always about securing it and bringing in value and bringing in money. That's the honest truth.